Hi, this is Cors Jansen from corsjansen.com. We're the Entrepreneur Hub. Today, we're just going to take you through some tips and tricks to be able to actually produce your own cash flow forecast on Excel. It's super easy. This is the simple version, and we can go into more details if you like the video. If you do like the video, please like it below. Please make your comments at the end, and we'll do as much as you want us to do. So enough of that. I want to get straight into things. So if we're going to do a cash flow forecast today, first things first, let's get our title up and running. Top left-hand corner, I just bolded 12, 14 this, and we'll start off with, we need cash inflow. So you can apply this to any sort of business, and it can get adapted, but this just gives you that sort of initial ideas of how you can work this. So again, let's just start off with something fairly simple, and we'll go Jan here. First tip, bottom right hand corner, little cross just there. Pull that across all the way over to December. That's sorted out. Then you can pop it to the top bar there, center it, bold it. You can mess about with the format as you wish. Again, this will just sort of zip it up slightly to start with. I'm going to start with sort of beginning cash flow here, which again you can use for like opening balances, but also you'll use it as part of your cash flow moving forward. Again, I'll just double click that. See that just to the right here? You can always just double click that. Beginning cash flow, just get rid of this column just now here. And we'll just put a 0 in here just to get us going. I'm then going to go right mouse click, format the cells. We're going to go accounting at this stage. That's set to that. I tend to use like a blue color where I need to input information on the sheet that's not automatically generated. That's what I prefer to do. So if we then start to think about income, okay, so this could be sales. So again here, this will be our title, and we could have a variety of different incomes that we're actually going to use. In other videos, I can show you how you can connect this to a separate sales forecast sheet, and which can feed directly into this cash flow forecast. But for the benefit of this simple short video today, we'll give you the general sort of outline here. Again, same thing, we can just copy this and paste that straight in there. So we've got figures here. So you could say for income stream 1, I think I'm going to do £1,000 a month. Income stream 2, 200 quid a month, 3,000. Let's just do 450, and we'll do 875 here. Simplistically here, what you could do, if you think you're going to do the same to start with all the way through, then you can just click on the cell there, press equals, click on the previous cell. So here, if you look up here, it shows you that this cell, so C7 equals B7. So if you then copy that all the way across, realistically, that just pulls that there. And you can see there's lots of these areas here where we can't see the numbers. Quick way to do this, literally highlight everything, get to one edge of one of the columns, double click, all sorted. Now, if you change this, it will change it all the way through. Now, realistically, your figures are going to change. Your forecast is going to change depending on your type of business and the seasons and so forth. But this is to get you going, gives you an idea. The sales forecast sheet that you can link to this sheet here will enable you to change those figures automatically just through the sales forecast. But this will get things moving. So next things is we're going to give ourselves a total column. And we're just going to click at the bottom here. We then pop up to this little symbol just here, which just sums that lot. And then that's that sorted. And bold it again. Once you've done that, whiz it straight across. We've then got ourselves a total. We'll just bold this. What we'll do, some people prefer total at the end here. I often will, for my businesses, pop this up here. And again, here you can then just have a sum. And again, just go across this way. And then we can just do that. Copy that down and then copy that across. So nice and simple. If you think, well, actually I prefer it, just highlight all of it, go to the bottom, you'll see it just changes to that little symbol just there. You can then just pull that across, fire that down. Again, top of the column, right mouse, right click there, and then B, back to here, delete this, and away we go. So you can then have, click the whole column, have this as bold so you can see exactly what you're doing at this point. So we do basically the same sort of thing we could do with expenditure. So again, just to keep it nice and quick, you could put here, and we're going to just change this to expenditure. Okay, so this could be your sort of rent, could be your utilities, and so forth, all the way down these different elements. So that might be 2,000. This might be 800 pounds, and then other expenditure. So you will break this down to the categories that you want. So let's just do that. Okay. So we'll make other expenditure. We'll just put that as 1,500. Okay. Same thing here. If you want to just copy this down, you literally highlight what you want, go to the end, little cross there, pull that down, and then that's sorted. Again, super quick way to get the total here. You can just copy this and then paste that straight down there. Again, click on the cell. You can see up here, it shows you what it's doing, how the formula is. So this is going from B15 just here through to B19. So just change that to B17, keep it nice and simple. And then that can sit there. Don't forget, again, just to copy that across. Another little tip just here. Insert another little row, and you can use whatever color you want. If you wanted to do this, I'll just use black for the moment. And I'm going to make this, I'm going to click at the end here, and right mouse click, row height, and I'm just going to put that at 6. Plus, advantage of this is the color just highlights where it goes to. But here you can change this from B19 to B20. And the reason for B20, which is here, means that if you decide to, again, I'll copy that across. If you decide to insert, you think, oh, I've got way more expenditure than that, I want to insert this, and I'm going to have other expenditures in here. If you watch the figures at the bottom, it'll automatically change. Again, the numbers have gone up here, just double click, and away you go. So it gives you that super flexibility to be able to add things without having to rechange the formulas each time. So we'll very quickly do the same. So we'll highlight the whole row up here, right mouse click, press insert, highlight those cells. Let's make this black. Highlight the row again, row height, and we'll go 6. And then we've got that. So we've now got income and expenditure that we're using here. So if you want to have a summary at the bottom, you could go, okay, we'll have total income here. We'll have total expenditure. I mean, for this little sheet, you probably wouldn't need this, but as the sheet can get more advanced, it's quite helpful to have, without having to look. So we then just go, click in the cell we want information, click equal, and the total income we want is that figure there. So we then just click on that, press return, and then that provides that. Same here, we're in this cell here, press equals, click on the figure that you want, 4,300 there. Again, highlight both of them, and you can pull that right across, and then that's that sorted. So we can then talk about what our net cash flow is. So this is, basically you press equal, and it's as simple as equals what the income you've got. You're taking in mind less your expenditure, and automatically does that for you. And remember, this is a cash flow statement, so this isn't about profitability as such. This is to show you where your cash is, and for you to be able to forecast and look at those months where it might be a bit tight, and you sometimes by changing different costs to different months can make a dramatic difference. And this is the place to be able to do that, and we can talk more about that another time. So we've then got our opening cash position. Cash position. Again, you can see here at the bottom, it's just overlapped. So we'll just do that and pull that back a bit. So opening cash position, we're clicking the cell. The information we want is up here. It's that beginning cash flow we did right at the start. So there's nothing in there. But if you said I've got £1,000 to start with, then that will automatically bring that down there. And then we're going to end up with our closing cash position, which is going to basically equal that net cash flow plus this. So that's what we've got, 3725. And then what we want to do is back up at the top here, the beginning cash flow for next month in February, as this one turns out, is that figure. So you simply go equals that figure, the closing cash position next month. So we can then drag that along, and that will take all these figures here, and then at the bottom of here, highlight what you want, the two cells, and drag those across. And again, you can see how we've lost some numbers here. And again, you may decide you don't need these zeros. You may say that's not important to me. Simplest way to do that is just highlight all of the cells you've got just there. You can just highlight individual ones. Right mouse click, format cells, accounting, and just change the number of decimal places. And it just takes that away. You'll see there that the symbol's gone. And this you can change here. So basically you can make this to be pounds, or if you're dealing in US dollars or there's euros, then you can basically go and use whichever currency you're actually using. So again, we'll just undo that. For this one, we'll just say we're using the pound, and we'll just add that back on. Again, just to tighten this all up a bit, you just highlight it all, go to the edge of the column, and then right mouse click. So we've got a nice and tidy element just here. So you then might want to highlight what's the most important part to you there of net cash flows. So that's showing you what your net cash flow is for the month, which again is important. You want to see what's happening between what you brought in and what your expenditure, forgetting the other beginning cash flows and the ones that have moved forward, so you can see what's happening. So if we then take this a step further forward and we say, okay, at the moment it all looks pretty good. Our closing cash position at the end of the year is 32,700. So that all works out really, really well. If this had turned out to be, I don't know, 7,000, 7,000. Okay, you'll see here we've got some minus figures all starting to pop up. You've got a few options with minus figures. We'll just, again, highlight that cell or double click that. With your currencies, you've got different options. You can format it so you can use currency, and you'll see that you've got options where you could just have it as a minus red one here. And if you do that, it'll show those different elements. Or you can actually do without all of it. If you go, well, look, this is a GBP spreadsheet, there's other ways you can do this. And again, let's just go back to that, and we'll just have a little look for this. Here we are. So again, it just looks tidier. So you can vary this as you wish. So we'll just undo that again, and we'll just get that back to where we were. And you've opened that up. So we've basically got this simplistically set up. We know what our income is. We know what our expenditure is. The reality of it is you also might want to look at your direct costs. So if we now add direct costs, Just get rid of that. And direct costs. Again, the same element here. You can, in essence, just say copy those first 2 rows if you want to keep it quick. And then we're just going to change this. So this is going to show us direct cost 1. And again, you can just copy this down. Here, again, another little tip. However many cells you want to go down, then just highlight the number of rows that you want, let it go, right mouse click, but in the actual column itself, and then put insert. So again, going to do the same thing here, where we're going to go and copy this element to total up our cells. We check here again, click in here, and again, if you pop here, you can see what it's adding up. So we're going from 14 through to 18, and actually we want it to go from 16 through to 19. So we just change this here to 16 and 19. And just remember, once you've got this set up, it gives you a solid base, and you don't have to keep redoing it every time, and you can basically play with your figures nice and easily. It's particularly cool when you've set up different sales forecasts that automatically link into here, which will update it for you. But we can do that should you want us to do that. So we've now got, I'll just sort this row height out just for tidiness. So we've now got the direct costs laid out through here. So we can see what our income is. We can see what our direct costs are. We can't do a complete profitability here because, of course, some of these direct costs may not be related to this month's sales. But again, it gives you an idea of those sort of the cost of goods sold. What we're going to do now is we're just going to add the overhead expenditure to the direct costs of that one up there. So we just do that. And then we again can just copy that all the way through, and we can see we've got quite a big loss here. So if we change that to 800, so again we can see what the figures are actually doing. So that gives you a really, really quick overview. There's loads more that we can do with this, particularly the changing of these figures, which we can do in a longer one. But I want to keep these pretty short and snappy, just to give you that initial flavor and to see exactly what we can do to help you. Okay, well, that's CorsJanssen.com. Bye for now. Please like this video and follow us on Twitter. Visit the website CorsJanssen.com, and please put in your comments below exactly what you want to see coming next. Bye for now.